Ukraine could lose not just the war, but its very access to the sea. In a dramatic warning, American economist Jeffrey Sachs has urged Kyiv to seek peace now or risk total defeat, including the loss of Odessa, its last major port on the Black Sea.
If, in fact, the war continues, because essentially Ukraine doesn't make peace, doesn't want to make peace, and Trump basically falls into line with the prevailing view that the West should continue to fight Russia, my guess is that Ukraine would lose not only a lot more lives, but also a lot more territory in the end. So it could end up being completely defeated. It could end up losing its Black Sea coast, Odessa, and a lot of the rest. So, to my mind, the bigger risk for Ukraine, for sure, is to continue this war, because I think that Ukraine is on the losing end of the war.
The loss of Odessa would be a strategic collapse, landlocking Ukraine, choking off grain exports, and tightening Russia's grip over the Black Sea. Sachs's grim forecast pushes a realist message: hard choices now, or irreversible losses later. Beyond battlefield logic, Sachs goes further, blaming NATO expansion for the war's origins. It's a controversial view, rarely voiced in Washington, but frequently echoed in Moscow.
The war is in nobody's interest if the peace is based on a legitimate end to the causes of the war in the first place, which include NATO enlargement, for example.
Surprisingly, Sachs's view finds support within Donald Trump's foreign policy circle. Keith Kellogg, Trump's special envoy to Ukraine, told ABC News that Russia's NATO concerns are fair, signaling potential room for a deal that reigns in the alliance.
I think it's a fair concern, and we've said that repeatedly. We've said that to us, Ukraine coming into NATO is not on the table, and we're not the only country that says that. I can probably give you 4 of the countries in NATO, and it takes 32 of the 32 to allow you to come into NATO. And we've seen other countries saying, we're not too sure about that.
Kellogg's remarks confirm Ukraine's NATO bid has hit a wall. His comments expose a rift in Western unity, one that could reshape endgame negotiations. But in Kyiv and among Ukraine's staunchest allies, such talk is incendiary. Critics slam it as surrender by another name, warning it would embolden Russia and break Ukraine's sovereignty. As battlefield dynamics shift, figures like Sachs and Kellogg are reshaping the conversation. Should the West fight to the finish or settle before Ukraine loses everything? The coming months may determine not just Ukraine's borders, but the balance of power across Europe.